Hello there. Welcome to Sumit Academy and to my series on 5-minute English grammar. In this video, I shall talk about the usage of the Oxford comma, also known as the Harvard comma or the serial comma. First of all, let's see as to what are commas. Commas are the kind of punctuation which are used to add a pause in a sentence, and if not used, can alter the meaning of the sentence altogether. For example, consider this sentence without any comma. Let's eat grandpa. Of course, you do not want to start a family dispute or legal trouble by eating your grandpa. So let us use a comma to clarify. Let us eat, comma, grandpa. Commas, however, are not essential to a sentence. There is no need to use them between two items, as, for example, I eat eggs and cheese. You use them to separate ideas and objects instead of repeating some key words in a sentence. So far, so good. Now let us move on to difficult ground, in this case, the Oxford comma. It is known as the Oxford comma because it was traditionally used by Oxford University Press. Not all writers and publishers use it, but it can help clarify the meaning of a sentence when there are at least three items in a list. Remember, at least three items in a list. It is used before the conjunction at the end of the list. Let us, for example, take up this sentence. This book is dedicated to my parents, comma, Harry Potter and God. Now, without the comma before the last and, you get a rather intriguing set of parents. So, with the Oxford comma, we now have this book is dedicated to my parents, Harry Potter, Oxford comma, and God. Do remember that the Oxford comma is an optional comma before the word and at the end of a list. And I use the word optional because you have another option which I shall come to shortly, and that is to rewrite, rephrase your sentence. Unless you are writing for a particular publication, whether or not you use the Oxford comma is generally up to you. Omitting it can sometimes cause some strange misunderstandings. Look at this example. I love my parents, comma, Deepika Padukone and Salman Khan. Without the Oxford comma, the sentence above could be interpreted as stating that you love your parents and your parents are Deepika Padukone and Salman Khan. Since that is not true, here's the same sentence with the Oxford comma in place. I love my parents, comma, Deepika Padukone, Oxford comma, and Salman Khan. Now that makes it clear, doesn't it? Now those who oppose the Oxford comma argue that rephrasing an already unclear sentence can solve the same problems that using the Oxford comma does. For example, the above two original sentences could as well be rewritten as Now let us look at another example of Oxford comma. Without it, meanings of sentences can change completely. Lata went on a honeymoon with her husband, a chemist and a detective. Now hopefully, presuming that Lata did not go on honeymoon with three men all at the same time, let us clarify with an Oxford comma. Lata went on a honeymoon with her husband, comma, a chemist and a detective. Now the sentence means that she went on a honeymoon with her husband, who is a chemist and a detective. You should use an Oxford comma when it adds clarity and ditch it when it is non essential. Or you may very easily reword your sentence to avoid the Oxford comma altogether. Above all, remember this: clarity trumps both conventions. So use or do not use the Oxford comma so that the sentence is clearly understood by the reader. And after all, that is all that matters. Till later, then, I will be back with more episodes of the 5 Minute Grammar series. You may write in with your suggestions to sumitacademy20 at gmail.com. And do not forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel so that you do not miss out on my future videos. Cheers.